you were on Below Deck recently.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Below Deck? That show? Yeah, that's Gary's name. You were supposed to say that. That's funny.
Dump it.
He always calls it Below Deck.
So there was
yes.
a lot of criticism around that
Was there?
episode. Yeah, well, I heard a few.
I mean, I saw some articles.
I think that there was a lot of hype around it, and so I had saw it maybe a day later after it came out. So
Okay.
I started reading and hearing and all of this that you were just that, what they were saying is that you
Yes.
were impossible and high maintenance
Yes.
and overly critical and all of
Yes.
that. I have to tell you, when I saw it, I didn't think it was so bad.
Thank you.
I
didn't either.
I myself am very high maintenance, especially if I'm spending a lot of money on, a trip or an experience however, I do tip very well. So
And so did we.
yes, I heard. So you were there on Below Deck. You were there with how many other people?
So there were 8 of us, and the primary were good friends of ours, business partner of Gary's, who invited us. But, when one of the crew said, I think she was, instigated to say that I was a freeloader as a guest of a primary, which is so outrageous. I actually did pay. And not only did I pay to get there and pay for my hotel, we shared in the tip. So just financially, it was $45,000 for 2 nights, which is 5 meals.
Wait, they charge you even though you're on
Yes.
the show.
Oh, yes, correct.
They
They
charge
didn't
the
charge
primary.
They charge the primary. And if sometimes people split it, but there's always a primary.
It's the only reality show that you pay to be on.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I don't know why would anyone do that?
I should never have done it, obviously. But $45,000 for 2 nights. And then the tip, they tell you, they already take money from you pre-tip, and then you can add to it. So we added another $6,000 to the tip, which in hindsight was stupid. But we gave a $10,000 a day tip for 8 people. So per
20
meal,
grand.
it came to like $2,000 per person per day per meal. And we didn't eat 2 meals. As you saw on the show, lunch was a disaster, as Barb apologized, and dinner was a disaster, of which I think the chef was, soon after fired because he wasn't up to serving, that kind of a group. And so we didn't eat. And if I was a little cranky, well, it could be because I was starving and I kept on asking for an apple or a piece of fruit. Nobody would give me any.
I guess maybe because I know you, I didn't think you were just being difficult to be difficult. I think you really were trying
Help her.
to create an experience for guests, and you were giving people advice.
I was.
And so
you
that's
got
why
it. You actually got it.
it didn't affect me the way that it affected other viewers. But also, they don't know. I know how something like that. I know what something like that costs, and what kind of level of service people expect.
But I have to be honest, what they say I was the worst guest in the world for is absolutely ridiculous, because everything I said was, yes, a teaching moment for them. Everything I gave was a suggestion in a very nice and loving way. And
the bell got received pretty poorly.
Yeah, but you have to know, anybody who's been on a boat, there's always a way to communicate with the crew. And if you were to ask them off the boat when they go on to their next boat without being cameras, there's always a way to communicate with the crew, because remember, we only had 3 inside crew people on a 190-foot boat.
It doesn't fucking matter. You guys are paying $45,000 for 2 days and a
You're right.
$20,000 tip. I don't give a fuck what you asked for. They should give it to you.
Absolutely
And there should
true.
be toothpaste.
But I wasn't not
there
nice.
should be
Why didn't I
toiletries
have
in the
it?
bathroom.
Do you know what she told me why I didn't have it, by the way? The truth was because Bravo took it off the boat because they didn't want to pay to promote the brands like Crest or whatever. So they removed it. They would normally be in the bathroom. That's what I was looking for.
Anyway, I thought she was getting canceled, so I'm very happy she didn't get canceled.
No, I'm not getting
and
canceled.
some people saw what it was, which was really...
I mean, people have
A
tried
lot
to
of people
cancel
do.
you so many times over the
So
years.
many times.
And it just doesn't work.
I'm just like one of those, like in New York City, those
Cockroach.
I don't know, yeah, they just keep coming back.
Cute one.
Hopefully better than ever. The GOAT is really going to be a redemption for me, I hope. Because then you see me
funny,
and the way I
likable.
am, sarcastic, and I'm not perfect, and I say things that are stupid, but never mean. And I have to say on Below Deck that some of the crew came out in my defense and felt very, very bad, including Frazier, who sent me a beautiful text message saying, I feel so bad. You were lovely. We had stayed in touch the whole year. I thought we were friends. And then when I saw what he said behind my back on the show, I was just devastated. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
But you are self-aware in the fact that you do know that, look, I have high expectations. Maybe I'm going to ask for more than the guests next
But
to
I
me.
didn't.
But you tip. You tip.
Big tip.
That's what I do.
And that's the other thing that's also, the week before they got a $30,000 tip because it was a 3-night trip. Ours was 2-night. We gave $10,000 a night like they did. What they're saying is that boat is a $350,000 a week boat, and they're giving you 50 off. That's not true. That boat is about $45,000 for 2 nights.
They charge you retail. You didn't get
charge
any,
you full retail.
You didn't get any discount.
Full retail plus.
For them to talk shit about you, which they should shut the fuck up, actually. It was very unprofessional.
And especially me. I mean, really, it was not nice. But you know what? They did it for ratings, and they got it. Look at them. Everyone's talking about that episode, and no one's even talking about it the whole year.
I don't even know if I would have watched it if you hadn't been on it.
Nobody would have watched it.
And then even if you had been on, I don't know if I would have watched it. But
have
then when
you
I heard
watched
all
it since?
No.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer. So bravo to me. I guess I was right, and it's all good. And I love the captain. And at the time, I had a great time. I was not complaining. I walked off the boat having a great time.